Hello everyone, welcome to V's Cocina. Today I am going to do some pumpkin puree. I got these pumpkins from Costco for my daughters to paint them, but they didn't get a chance to paint them, so I am not gonna waste them, of course not. So I got them for $3.99. I think it was the set of two, and they're called pie pumpkins, but they can also be called a different name. So that's a count of two. And my next step is just trying to get them prepped for the oven. Start your oven at 400 degrees, and that is going to get you everything. Cut the stem right here of your pumpkin, which is this part right here that you're cutting, this part here. And I'm gonna do the other one so that you guys can see too. So here we go. I'm using a spoon first to dig out the pumpkin. So I'm gonna dig out all the seeds and all the stuff that is inside of it. And I'm putting it in a plate. I'm not sure if I want to plant those seeds, or some people actually bake the seeds and eat them. You know, pumpkin seeds can be eaten, and that's something that you can do. So you're gonna take all that pumpkin seed out. Okay. Well, it's very hard to do. I used a couple of methods to get them out. Sometimes it's a little bit hard to do, but let's just get that going. I use food scissors, and the food scissors is basically easy to do. You can cut them out, and then once you get all those vines out, that could be it. But it's a work effort, you know. You have to do different things to get all the stuff out, because the pumpkin has a lot of stuff inside of it. And you know, you can bake it with the stuff in it already, but then you're gonna have to take it out eventually. So might as well do it at the beginning of it. It cuts time on you. So this is what I use to make it easier on myself. I use a pizza cutter, and all I do is I just start doing this, and then you can see all of them are coming out, and you get to get all the seeds out.
So you're gonna plant them?
And then you get to clean the pumpkin as much as you can. So all the seeds are out.
It's really bad.
What?
It's really bad.
Genesis, she just said
Smells good.
that great. Uh-oh, it sounds like great.
So you get all this stuff out. And basically, you're gonna make the pumpkin is going to be all full like that. Once you're done, of course you will have to wash your pumpkin first, right? And the point is to make a puree with these pumpkins. So it's incredible how much stuff a pumpkin will have that you have to take off. So I definitely use my pizza cutter to get them all out. And get all those, and get it all clean. And the better you get it clean, the better it's going to be for you. Last thing, you have to take it off. And okay, well, that is the first pumpkin already. And I'm gonna rinse it. Actually, I shouldn't rinse it out. I already rinsed it. I'm gonna dry it out, pat dry a little bit. And let's move to the next one. I already have this one. Let me try to cut it. Take a little bit more stuff out of here. And the good thing about the pizza cutter is that it goes deep into it, and you don't have to do too much. As you can see, all comes out. It's incredible how you can multi-use pizza cutter. So this is it. Now I have the other pumpkin that I have to take care of. Let's go do that. I'll wash my hands. Next step is to cut the pumpkin. Like I'm cutting it right here. You're gonna cut the stem where the pumpkin is. And then you're gonna cut it in half. Okay. Ouch. Here we go. And now we're gonna clean again. Oh my God, there's so much pumpkin seed that we got out from the first one. So we got so much stuff out. Okay, so now we're gonna do the next one. And I'm just going to use the pizza cutter because it's actually coming along very good. Well, try not to. And if the pizza cutter doesn't do it for me, I actually use the scissors to cut them off. and they come off much easier. My oven is already ready. That's a part of it. Now let's try to take this out. These pumpkins are gonna be great for apple pie, or actually pumpkin pie if you want to use it for that. And you can save it. And the good thing about pureeing this is that you can put it in the deep freezer, and it will be perfect for when you have to do it. I'm gonna cut.
Apple pie too.
I can make apple pie. I don't know how to make the apples, but I'll try. I'll try something once.
No, apple pie is
You don't like pumpkin pie?
No.
Okay, well, we can do pumpkin puree soup too.
Yeah, no.
No? She doesn't like it.
Wait, unicorn only has one more baggie to get. So then
Well,
14. She only, yeah, she has 14.
okay, the pumpkin is all coming out. All the stuff is coming out.
Yes, she found it. She found it.
And I don't know if it's
I have blue.
So we got the pumpkin already ready for the oven. That's another piece that's ready for the oven.
Wait, so you just
Some
bake
people
them?
say, yeah, I'm gonna bake them.
Wait,
Some people say that you can do, I mean, you always want to make your job easier, so definitely cutting.
Like, it's like that. You know, you put food inside. Genesis, white.
So I
unicorn
just cut
like
it and then I just start digging in there.
that.
And then
I think I hear
it makes your job much easier digging on those seeds and cut them. And of course, you can cut it. If anything is standing, you can cut it. This is going to be a messy process, obviously. It's not going to be easy, but my oven's already ready. All I'm doing is cleaning these pumpkins,
Oh,
cleaning them up, and getting them ready for the oven. And I'm just going to put a little bit of oil on them, and I'm going to put them upside down like this in the oven. And I'm going to put a little bit of olive oil on it.
I think I heard a footstep.
So now I have to look for a tray that I'm going to put this. This seems to have a little bit more. Let me just try to take it off.
Footsteps.
It's so easy to do. Look at that. It's coming out so easy. Just with that apple pie crust, look. It comes out so easy. And you don't have to struggle so much.
I hope it is orange.
So this is like the easy way of doing. Some people can also use a bottle opener too. I didn't have a bottle opener, so I had to improvise. And I'm using my pizza cutter. And it works amazing. Look how much stuff I took out. Okay, well that's done. Pizza cutter on the floor. Okay.
I saw blue.
So if some of the stuff doesn't come off, just make sure that you cut it. And I definitely want to get this done. So the seeds are all out and the pumpkin is ready to go to the oven. Now let's go look for a tray. If you want easy cleaning, my suggestion is to get a tray and put some paper foil on it. And you can use anything that you want, but I'm gonna use my apple pie, my pizza plate to do it. It's round, it's big, it's gonna fit in the oven, and it's not gonna give me a hard time to do. So this is the time that you put your paper foil on it.
Found orange.
And keep in mind, this is gonna drip a lot, so if you want to use a deeper tray, you're more than welcome to do so. I also have like a dish that you can use for lasagna and things like that. You can use that if you want to. And that is a tray that I have. But you know what? I don't want to take it out. Let's go with the easy step. This is easier. I can go look for whatever I want, whatever it's gonna make you. And my suggestion is to use olive oil a little bit. So use a little bit of olive oil, all around it. Then use a spoon to distribute it all over there. And then you're gonna put it upside down. And here, that's the first, it's going in. And all you have to do is put a little bit of olive oil all around. Just keep in mind, it's gonna make a mess. I'm already making a mess here, but it's only a little bit. It's not too much. I'm gonna put it up down again. And I use this for making it. And then what I do is I grab a little bit of this in here and I put it towards the edge with a spoon. And now it's gonna have all that, but it's gonna be perfect. There you go. This one is the next one. I kind of feel like I have to take more stuff out of this one. It doesn't feel like it's going very well there. Let's see if I take all this stuff out. Get the cutter here. Cut that part there. Okay. So that I think is perfect the way it is. Okay. Now let's put a little bit of that olive oil. I'm gonna put it in the center. And then I'm gonna scoop it with a spoon, a little bit of it, and put it all around. Or you can just grab a spoon and pour the oil in the spoon and then just spread it around the pumpkin. However makes it easier for you to do. I'm trying to do this fast, get them done, and get the pumpkins done. So the pumpkins are ready to be put in the oven. And what better than to use a piece of pie and a pizza cutter. I'm keeping the theme of the pizza thing. Okay, we're gonna put it in the oven at 400 degrees for at least 30 to 40 minutes.
How is she gonna see blue pass by?
Cook for, we're gonna put 40, and then we're gonna leave it. And that is how you part of doing your pumpkin puree, which is amazing because you can use it for Thanksgiving and you can actually do it ahead of time and put it in the deep freezer or in the refrigerator, wherever you want. It will last in the deep freezer up to 2 weeks or 3 weeks. If you freeze it, I mean, like, the sky's the limit, I guess, because it's almost like you're canning it. And then once the 40 minutes are up, I'll show you how the end result in that department, okay? So I'll see you in a little bit. Hello everyone, I already have baked the pumpkin at 400 for 40 minutes. Now all it takes is just basically just taking the pumpkins and actually putting them in a place. So here's the pumpkin, and because you baked them for 40 minutes, they should be coming off pretty easy with your, it should be coming very easy. And as you can see, look, they come off very easily. You don't have to do too much to them. Let's try to do that down. Let me see if I can put this light on for you guys to see a little bit better. So basically the pumpkin just come off like right off, as you can see. And the skin is just basically there. And I'm gonna just take it off. You can use a spoon, you can use whatever you want, but I'm gonna use a spoon to scoop it off. And basically you scoop it up and then all is done right there. I don't know, for some reason this one have like a little bit of some streak there. I'm just gonna take the burn part off and that off. Okay, so here we go. Let's turn it here this way. And this is some of the pumpkins already made. And all you have to do is just basically puree the pumpkin once this comes off. The skin automatically comes off and it should be easy picking. You shouldn't have a hard time picking it up. So now you see the pumpkin comes out like this. That's how it is. And it's all golden tone where you actually put your oil. So that should be, and then you just scoop it out. You scoop out the pumpkin. And it's gonna be a little bit of golden tone in the corners right here. Just scoop it up because that's just oil. That's making it like a little bit fried there. And you can actually scoop it up from the container. It's so simple. It's like amazing how simple it is, because once it's done, you don't have to do too much. Look, it rolls right out of it. And you can just take it off with a little spoon. And now you're going to continue on that process until all the pumpkins is out. So look, this is so easy to take off. It basically falls off the skin. You don't have to do too much. Can you guys lower that, please? Okay, so. And then this is only 2 pumpkins, so it's not too much of a pumpkin left. And the pumpkin is so soft. It's definitely hard to be careful because that's how it goes. Okay, so this one is a little stuck in here, but I'm gonna make sure that. And all you have to do is just peel it off. Look, the skin comes right off. It's so simple to take it off. That pumpkin is just falling off the skin. That's definitely what you want. And take off all the skin out of it. And then this is almost like when you're doing a squash or all the stuff like that. So this is the whole what you get from the pumpkins. The pumpkins are already off. The next step is just grabbing a blender and blending your pumpkins and making a puree out of it. So all this is junk right there. Now let's go get a blender and get that going. Okay, so I have the NutriBullet, so I'm gonna switch it right here and try to clean up this mess in here a little bit. And move it a little bit and try to see if we can blend all this stuff. I'm also gonna try to do some cornbread later on. I don't know if it's today or tomorrow, but I'm definitely planning on doing that. I want to do that because I want to make sure that Eva's got some bread pudding. I don't know if she's gonna like it or not, but I'm gonna get some bread pudding for her to take to school. I'm not sure. Eva, do you like bread pudding?
No.
How do you know? You haven't tasted it. Well, if she doesn't like it, I'm pretty sure that we'll have it and we'll eat it. Okay, so get your blender out and let's get this party on a roll. With this, you can make soup. You can make a bunch of stuff that, you know, normally would have been like easy to do. So you're gonna puree this, and what you want to accomplish is that the puree is going to be smooth, thick enough, but not like smushy. So let's just try to do that. And I'm gonna put it in the blender. I'm gonna put a little bit at a time because we're gonna blend everything together. And it's pretty hot, so just keep that in mind too. Okay, let's connect this. There you go. Connect it, and I'm gonna put in poles. So it's getting there. It's getting there. That's incredible how easy it is to bake, to do puree stuff. You can use this puree for basically everything. And now I'm gonna go put more in there. Okay, let's put a little bit more. And this is gonna make that puree go. Just keep in mind that the pumpkin already have some liquid to it, so you definitely want to make sure that you put it right in the center so everything gets mixed. Let me go get a spoon or something to make it more. You can see that's how hot this thing is. And if you want to make it more creamy, you can put a little bit of milk or something like that, depending on what you're making. If you're making a soup, this would be the perfect time to add some liquid to it, but that's up to you. I don't add anything. I want the puree to go. It's just a little thick, so I am going to add a little bit of water to it, which I'm not sure if I want to do that because you don't want it to be too liquidy too. I just don't want to put anything on it. I want them to blend by itself. And it's so hot that maybe that's why. So you keep mixing it and mixing it and mixing it. And it should be like a smooth texture to it. And that should be like already. I don't know why. Let's do extra. Okay, so it's like a little bit hard to do without. Oopsie. Okay, we don't want that. Okay. It's going pretty fast. So now you have this puree of pumpkin, and that's precisely what we're looking for. Now you can store this in a Ziploc bag. That's where I will probably do that. And then this pumpkin, you can actually use it for anything that you want. You can put salt, pepper, or you can, if you're gonna do a pumpkin pie, I recommend adding a little bit of cinnamon, so the cinnamon is already included in it, but that's up to you guys. So if you want to continue blending it, you can definitely blend it. And you definitely want the texture to be a little bit so depending on your blender, it's gonna take a little while to get to that point of consistency that you want. So you want like a little paste of it. And then this paste you can use for basically anything. Apple pie, you can use it for soup, and you already know that it's going to be perfect for it. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna store it in a Ziploc bag. Now that's gonna be the next step, and it's pretty thick, and that's how you do the pumpkin puree. And you don't have to do too much for it, because the reality is that, let me see, pumpkin puree. So I look for frozen Ziploc bag, and you can get like a small one or a big one, depending on how much you have. I think I have a lot, so I think I'm gonna need more than one, a big one. Let's try to do this. I'm gonna get the gallon size one, and then I'm just gonna smash it. And the good thing is that you can store yours wherever you want to, and you can basically do that. Babe, can you get the hair done, because they didn't want to listen to me. No, you don't. Okay.
See this? Genesis first. So now tomorrow, the day after that, you go first.
I don't know in her mind she thinks that she also goes first, but that's not true.
Mom, each ever.
Okay, baby, I'm recording, so please be quiet.
You say Eva.
Okay, Eva Naomi. Yes. I'm gonna document every time you do your hair first time. Because I know that your sister normally does a lot more. Okay. Dilemmas we kids here now. Okay. Okay, so basically all you have to do is scoop that yummy pumpkin out of your blender. It's gonna be very, very thick, so just keep that in mind. And this you can store in your deep freezer for at least 1 or 2 weeks, depending on what kind of seal you use. I mean, I'm using a Ziploc bag, so definitely that is something that you're going to have to. Ziploc bags are good to store items in the deep freezer, and you know I use them all the time to store my meat and all that stuff. So when you have that pumpkin pie to do, this is an easy recipe where you have your pumpkin already ready for that. And it's very warm already, so I mean, you probably want it to cool off a little bit, so you can leave it in the counter until it's cool. And there you go. So it's so hard to take the bottom part because it's so thick. But I like the pumpkin to be thick, and and to do what it's supposed to do, because at the end of the day you want all that pumpkin you just spend 40 minutes baking a pumpkin. You want to get everything out. At least that's what I want. And you can put a little bit of salt and pepper on this if you want to. Up to you. But I just bake it like that with a little bit of olive oil. That's more than enough. And all the brown little parts really form. And then I have my whole pumpkin right here. And the good thing is that you can just take it off or you can slide it in little pieces. But this is going to make a perfect pumpkin pie. It's just perfect for it. So now you have a whole pumpkin pie puree that you can use in your next pumpkin without having to go for the canned one. Because if you want to use a canned one, go ahead and do so. But I had 2 pumpkins that I had to get rid of it. So now I'll just put it in the deep freezer like this. And definitely I have pumpkin puree for next time that I need to do a pumpkin pie or anything like that. I'm gonna try to do a pumpkin pie maybe later, and I'm probably gonna use it eventually. I hope that the textures are good and that everything tastes amazing. But had to clean this. What I like about the NutriBullet is that she cleaned herself. Of course, there's a bunch of them of puree in there. I want to take all of them, but it doesn't seem to be coming off. So the only thing I do is I put water and a little bit of soap, and then I put it in the blender again, and it just cleans by itself. It's okay. I'm not going there yet. Can you just leave it where it is, Eva? I didn't ask you to move it, please, baby. Okay, so I put water and a little bit of detergent, and now I'm going to put it in, and I'm gonna put the cover on it. And this is gonna self-clean by itself. Okay, of course I disconnected because I just disconnected it. This is gonna self-clean. It's gonna self-clean because that's basically what it is. And it's not gonna be completely clean. Of course, I'm gonna go and wash it myself, but this is gonna remove some of it already. And it's going to make my job easy to clean. So already you can see that most of the pumpkin is already off and all you have is soap. And it's gonna be half clean, but you also have to clean it a little bit more. Okay. So next is just using a sponge and cleaning it out. And I will show you that, it's almost all clean. And you don't have to do too much. Just have to use a little sponge and clean it out. That's why I love the NutriBullet. I got it like when it was 90% off. I mean, it was 20% off in Costco. And I think I want to pay $79.99 for the whole. And this one actually have the little NutriBullet, little one that you can do. Anyway, this is the video. I hope you guys enjoy doing pumpkin puree with me. Use that pumpkin puree for the pumpkin pie, for Thanksgiving, or for anything. Now it's stored in the refrigerator. It's gonna be useful, and the pumpkin doesn't go to waste. At least I bought it for the girls to paint, but they didn't use it, so I used it for cooking. I hope that works out. I'll see you next time on Bee's Cocina. And if you don't want to tell you, you're special just the way you are. Say goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.
You guys choose first.